Now, so I put this slide because I'm not sure where it came from, and based on what I understood, none of you have your, okay, just give me, any one of your children is in a flipped classroom? No, huh? So, okay. So basically, if your child is in a flipped classroom, these are some ways that you can help them, and these are the message, the same message that I sent to my parents, my pupils' parents. Learn together. And this is another advantage of the classroom, because I think a lot of times as parents, we are not sure of what the teacher is teaching, because we are not in the classroom. And sometimes when we ask our kids, what did you learn in today? No. My son, although he's 4, he goes to preschool. When he comes back, what did you learn today? No. I'm like, hey, you just spent 1.5 hours or 3 hours in school. You tell me you don't know what you learned? But I think our kids are like that as well. When they come back, they will like, I don't know what I learned. And they're not able to articulate. And sometimes we find it difficult, especially for math, because we learned algebra in the past. Everything that we saw was algebra all the way, but now it's model method. So to some of us, especially parents, it may be very difficult for you. So you may not, or you may be able to teach your child, but then your child says, but this is not how I learned in school. And you will confuse your child, because then the parents teach one way, and then the school teacher say, no, this is wrong. You don't use algebra in school. Then they were like, okay, so how do I, what do I do now? So if your teacher is in the classroom, now the parents can actually watch the video together, because the video is available online. It's anyone. Later I will show you where my videos are. You feel free to go home and look at it. It's available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And as parents, you can watch at home. And you can see, okay, this is how his teacher sounds like. This is what the teacher is teaching. And then as a parent, I can reinforce, I can help. And that makes learning so much more powerful.
Okay, now, before
teaching the child how to watch a video, that is a skill. Sometimes it's good to pause and think. And if you don't understand, rewind. So that is a skill that we need to teach. And when I first introduced the classroom to my class, I actually demonstrated the whole process with them. How do you pause? If you need to go back, how do you go back? And you'd be surprised, some of them will be like, oh, okay, I didn't know I could do that. And the final thing is teach them about learning styles. Because I think all of us have our own learning styles. Some of us can only learn when the whole place is perfectly silent. Some of us learn when in McDonald's when everyone's walking around with a lot of noise. Some of us need music to learn, some of us can't. So our kids are like that. Some learn better in the morning, some of us learn like when it's midnight. I learn better at midnight. So, and that is horrible for a school setting. Where is there school at midnight? So again, that's where the classroom comes about. And so we need to teach our kids, what is their style? How do they learn best? So that's something we also need to teach our children, so that they are comfortable with them. We don't force them into a fix, like, okay, you must only learn in the morning, you must learn and sit down still and learn. Sometimes it's not possible because we are all unique in our own way. Now, if this applies for the rest of us, if you are not in the flipped classroom, how? What do you do? Other than trying to convince your teachers to flip, this is another thing you can do. Create your own videos. Video creation is not difficult. I'm not a production. I don't have like a production crew in my school. It's not Channel 5 there. What I do is basically I create all my videos on my laptop. It's how easy it is. I used to start off with my iPad, but I realized because I'm a left-hander, it's very hard to write on an iPad, so I moved on to the laptop instead, where I got a writing tablet, a one-form tablet, so I can write on it. So that's as simple as it goes. So it's not elaborate. And all of us have actually cameras with us, and the world is so powerful that now we have cameras in our pockets. And so creating videos is as simple as record, upload. It's as simple as that. So it's not a daunting, it's not a difficult challenge. These are 2 websites that you can look at. The slides, later on I'll show you where my website is. The slides will be up there. So if you don't want to copy down, don't worry. The slides will be there. I use Screencast-O-Matic quite often. It's a free web tool, so you don't even have to download anything. It runs online. Okay, so that's why I like it. Downloading things on school computer is difficult, so I would rather have it online. It's free. I don't even need an account. I just go in, I record. This is what we call a screencast software. It's for web tool. Basically, it records everything that I do on my computer screen. Yeah, so that allows, I mean, that's the easy part. And it records my voice. Okay. The other one, Jing. Jing is free as well, but it's a software that you can download from TechSmith. TechSmith, they have a lot of these kind of tools that allow teachers or allow people to create videos or screencasts. The only limitation for Jing is it has a 5-minute limitation. You only can record videos for 5 minutes, which is great. The whole idea of videos is it cannot last more than 10 minutes. Actually, for a primary 5 student, the guideline is 5 minutes. It's actually 1 minute per level. So if you're teaching primary 1, it should be a 1 minute video because you don't expect a primary 1 child to sit through a 30-minute video. After 1 minute, they will just fall asleep and be bored. So the whole idea of videos, it must be very short, which is good. Because in this generation of YouTube watchers, the average time in the YouTube video is actually 1 minute. So actually, increasingly, the attention span of our children is just 1 minute. It's quite scary, but that's the world that they are living in. But if you create like a 30-minute video, I'm sorry, they're not going to watch it to the end. Actually, for us as well, if you see it on YouTube 30 minutes, half the time I won't watch it. It takes up too much of my time. So our kids are the same, right? If you are shy, you want to create your own video, there are other things. I'm sure you have learning management systems. Your children have, your children's school have learning management systems. And in it, there are tons of videos, tons of animations. Those are powerful as well, so please do make use of them. And I believe most have parents' accounts as well. I know for my school, we use ExCEL. So every child account has a parent account. So I think for most learning management systems, it works the same way. So maybe you could find out, you could assign videos for your kids to learn. Otherwise, use the internet. The internet is full of resources. YouTube has an education part to YouTube. So YouTube is not that bad. I quite like YouTube because it's so readily available. Although there are bad stuff on YouTube, but there are some good stuff, you need to be able to find it. And if you do youtube.com/edu, that will be the educational wing of YouTube, where they actually make sure the videos there are okay, it's educational. I like this guy, Mr. He. So if you're because he does a lot of interesting songs on different subjects. So like simplifying fraction songs, so he has like catchy songs. Yeah, my kids love them. Otherwise, English, you just have to search for it. There are tons of videos to teach a certain concept. Khan Academy, I'm not sure whether you have Flip Concept idea. He did not start Flip Classroom because he's not an educator per se, but he started the idea of using videos as a teaching tool. So the Khan Academy is one of them. So he has tons of videos on it. TED, not sure how many of you have known TED as well. So TED also has a lot of good talks, good lessons to learn. So things like the Hidden Beauty of Pollination, they have very good videos and or the man behind something like that. So there are so many resources out there. So it's all about a matter of searching and getting your children to come and learn from these videos. Okay, now we're going to move on to the hands-on activity. For those who just came in, I will need you to download this app. It's called Verso. So there are many apps or many tools that people have created actually specifically for the flipped classroom. This is one of them. There's this video available. Go home and watch it. Prepare yourself for the lesson. So now their homework is just simply to watch the video. That's all. They don't have two worksheets or anything. Sometimes I will supplement with a worksheet. So what we call is a video worksheet. So this video worksheet is to help us check. Because I don't know whether they are watching the video or they are just clicking play and then they walk away, or they click play and then go Facebook. So I want to limit that. So in a way, I need a form of checking to make sure they are watching the video. So I gave them a video worksheet where there are questions, but the questions are not reflected on the worksheet. So basically the worksheet is blank. Or I just have boxes with certain instructions. So they have to follow the instructions in the video. So in the video, there will be certain instructions. So I'll tell them, okay, pause the video now, answer this question. So then they have to answer. And then when they come back to class, one good thing is I can see who have understood the video, who have not. So that was a more traditional pen and paper way of checking. This Verso app, as well as App Puzzle, helps me do the tracking. So they will answer the question in the app itself. And the The good thing about this is I can actually still recover the misconception. So that is much more personalized learning for them. Okay. So right now, I'm going to play this video so all of us can watch. And there will be questions. Later on in the app, there is a question which we will answer. So I'll play the video first, and then we'll talk about the question later. Okay, samples of videos I'll show you later where my website is. Then on your own you can watch. All my videos are all on one website itself. The challenge of creating a video. Okay, good question. How about students who don't have computers at home? Seems like the question is from the teacher. Any parent related question? How do you prepare your lesson content? What factors are involved? How much time is there? Okay. To when they go home or in class itself? Most of the time I will use videos. There was once I got them to play an online game. Yeah. But most of the time it's video because the whole purpose of it is to bring the content to them at home. And to me, the most efficient way is to use a video, and then, because then that will be the content part. So normally, yes, I will use a video, but not all lessons require a video. So one thing about flipped classroom is I always ask myself, because back to the question, what is the best use of my face-to-face time? There will be time where I need to give instructions down like that. So there are times that it's not that everything is done through a video. There are times that I will say, okay, go and read the textbook, because there are times that the textbook, or there are certain things in the textbook that is better. So it all depends on what is the best use of your class time and how do they get the knowledge or get the content. So if a game allows them to do that, or a simulation allows them to do that. For science, there are online simulations. So I could send them home with the simulation and say, okay, try it out for yourself. So that covers this part. So, and the good thing about why do I keep my videos to less than 10 minutes is so that as a teacher myself, I'm not long-winded. Because I think sometimes we, as teachers, we love to talk. We talk. So sometimes we can just go on and on and on, and then the kids will get very confused because we are just going one big round just to talk about this concept. So when we do the video, because we are so limited by this time, we really need to think and plan very carefully what am I going to say. And so there are times that I recorded the video, when I re-watch it, I think to myself, no, I don't think my students will understand. And that actually helps me as a teacher. So flipped classroom not just helps my students, it helps me improve myself because I can watch myself teaching. How often as teachers can we watch ourselves teaching? We very seldom can. Because not all the time you have a camera at the back of the class recording you. So when you create a video, when you watch the video, you will think to yourself, okay, when I say this way, do my students understand? So there was once I actually took 6 hours just to record one 10-minute video because the concept was so difficult. I was trying my best to try and explain it. In the end, I had to write a script to make sure what I'm saying is okay, it's clear. That was how difficult it was. But I'm not saying that all the time it's 6 hours. Otherwise, I cannot flip it. Yeah. So there was another question: how long do I take to create a video? The video part is actually the shortest time I take. The hard part of the classroom is not the video. It's to plan what to do in class. Because now I have a 2 period, let's say 2 period. It's free. I don't have to teach content. So then I ask myself, what do I do with these 2 periods so that my kids are learning, my students are learning? That is the difficult part. So the video actually, for a 10-minute video, I take 30 minutes to plan the video and to record. The recording is actually very fast. Once you get used to it, it's very fast. But it's the whole planning that takes time. And also because it's something very new. That there's no guides, no readily available lesson plans, because it's something very new. So we are really doing things from scratch. How did I convince other teachers? Because that was another question that class. Last year, I tried on my own. So then I actually was so crazy about it. I kept sharing, I kept telling my teachers, this is great, you must try. So I just keep telling them, you got to try this. I shared with my teachers in school. Basically, I just went on and on and on about how wonderful flipped classroom is all, because I really see the power of flipped classroom. So it was something that I truly believed in. And as a HOD ICT, I was almost ready to give up using ICT in class. I will be very honest with you. Because I really felt that there's no time. I used to try and get them get my students to use ICT in class, and in the end, my class was way behind time as compared to my other classes, my other levels. So then when it comes to exam time, okay, let's rush. So I told myself actually last year that no, I can't do that. It is not an effective way. So I was ready to give up. Okay, let's go back, just do worksheets after worksheets after worksheets. I was ready to do that. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, the exam results still, it's a big factor. I think as parents, as educators, the exam results, because that brings them to places. So I need to get them ready for exam. But I'm really thankful that I found the flipped classroom, and this is a method that works. I can engage my students. My students enjoy learning, and they can learn. So that was why I'm so crazy about it, and that's why I'm glad that I have this platform to share with all of you what the flipped classroom is. Hopefully you can go back and encourage your teachers, your colleagues about the flipped classroom. Yes?
Can you demonstrate how you create?
Can. Okay, so